Sup guys, Juggalo here. I know I made a video and I pretty much got almost a whole bunch of dislikes compared to likes. I think it was like 7 likes to 5 dislikes on the video I made AMD or Nvidia on the fence. A lot of people are saying Nvidia is better, Nvidia is better, Nvidia is better. But I want to know, those people commenting know what kind of computer guy I am. I just don't build computers. I am an enthusiast. I love the overclock. That's like the hobby. Raising those voltages and getting that boost in performance, even though a lot of people say, oh, it's worth this. Hey, that is a hobby of mine. I love it. I've been doing it since I got out of the military in 2008. The X58 platform is really when I started pushing myself to learn about overclocking and everything like that. I had a C0 920 chip and I had it at 4 gigahertz, which was unheard of, especially with the C0 chips considering how much voltage they have that you have to use. But anyways, Nvidia Greenlight program, overclocking limitations, origins, and implications. So that automatically is going to tell you that this article I'm going to be discussing about by BR Zone is going to be talking about the overclocking limitations that Nvidia has implemented with the Greenlight program. Basically, they're trying to reduce their RMAs, therefore they're going to reduce the amount of overclocking, aka the voltage that you can raise, so you can get a higher overclock. So it's basically making like the EVJ classified had an EV bot. It's completely worthless now. The EV bot was taken away, and EVJ did not know about it until a consumer told them in the forums, and that's how they found out. They called Nvidia, and then they finally spilled the beans, needless to say. And I'm going to read a little bit of the article, and if I mess up, I am sorry. I am not a perfect, I guess, reader or whatever when it comes out aloud, because I tend to read faster than I can spit out. But anyways, it says Nvidia is constantly thinking about Quattro and Teslas. And basically, that's their main income right there. Like, the consumer market is a little bit far behind these guys. Like, the Quattro and Teslas is the main revenue of the Nvidia company. Okay? And it goes on to say, they no longer want to sell or support high-end G-forces with modifications. That means like the classified. That means the MSI GTX 680 Lightning. In the past, we could do whatever we want with GPU or with the GPU, and they would honor the RMA for as long as you return the board with the original heatsink. Thus, all of our modified boards with third-party air or liquid cooling had their original heatsink stored in boxes, and in case of RMA, we would just unmod the GeForce card, put the heatsink back, and ship it back. So that's basically telling you, yeah, we're taking away the third-party cooling and all that stuff. We're no longer going to have you raise the voltages anymore. So that's one main quote right there. There's a ton of quotes, but I'm trying to hit the main ones, and I think that is a main one. And this video may go on longer than 5 minutes, and I apologize. So they're just continuing talking about it, and let's see, here we go. Found another quote, and maybe a little lengthy, and I do apologize. And they're asking, well, why are you doing this Greenlight program? And pretty much it's a really good PR job, in my opinion. Okay, this is the answer we got from Nvidia, which is published at a glance. Not sure why you think Greenlight is a bad thing for consumers and or AICs, or all-in cards, or all-in something. That's what AIC means. It's not. It's actually an awesome program designed to ensure a set level of quality criteria are met for all GTX products in the field. Basically, they want to reduce their RMAs tenfold, pretty much. Greenlight was created to help ensure all of the GTX boards in the market all have great acoustics, temperatures, and mechanicals. Why does that say that? I don't know. It should say mechanics. I don't know. This helps to ensure GTX customers get the highest quality product that runs quiet and cool and fits in their PC. GTX is a measurable brand, and Greenlight is a promise to ensure that the brand remains as strong as possible by making sure the products brought to our market meet our highest quality requirements. And it strictly says reducing RMAs has never been a focus of Greenlight, which I'm going to call red flag BS right there. You got the horns and da 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 BS right there. That's what that means in sign language. So, and it goes on to, we support overvolting up to a limit on our products, but the maximum reliability spec is intended to protect the life of the product. We don't want to see customers disappointed when their card dies in a year or two because the voltage was raised too high. Da 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 da. Locking the voltage on these cards within the driver, like they did with the GTX 590. Regarding overvolting above our max spec, we offer AIC two choices. Ensure the GPU stays within our operating specs and have full warranty from Nvidia. Allow the GPU to be manually operated outside specs in which Nvidia provides no warranty. And that's why you can't overvolt these cards and everything with the voltage limitations. I know 1.1175 is pretty low, and let alone if you have a 680 Lightning and then you install the new drivers, I think there's actually a voltage limitation, so you no longer have the ability to overclock the GTX 680 Lightning by MSI with raising the voltage. I'm not completely 100% sure on this. I still need to look into it, but I think that is what's going to happen. And this is what the whole Greenlight is about, is reducing RMAs, limiting the overclock of our cards and stuff, as in raising voltage and all that stuff. So that's what it's really doing. It's really, in essence, it's helping them because it's going to help them make more money. And then, excuse me, I should say, in the end, it screws us, the consumers who like to overclock and raise voltages. We can no longer do that. So that's basically what's going on here, is because I guess people are raising the voltage, the car dies, and RMA it. So that's what the whole summary of the article is pretty much talking about, is what they implemented, why they implemented it. I'll have a link in the description below so you can read the whole article. Again, I haven't read the whole article. I've just breezed through it. I have to go to work in like a half an hour, 45 minutes, so I have to get ready for that. So that's why I didn't read it all. But this is pretty much what's going on, and it's been happening since the GTX 5 series, really, if you look at it. I think someone pointed out on the computer forum is like they had it on a GTX 580 or something like that. They had voltage limitations when they first came out, but once they fixed it, they didn't. I had the GTX 590. They had problems. People raising the voltage too high. Immediately, voltage locked down to like 9.63 volts was the limit you can raise that to. So now, if you can guess, a lot of people from the enthusiast side will more than likely say, screw you, Nvidia, I'm going to AMD. And that's what is probably going to happen. I talked to a buddy of mine. He's a fellow enthusiast in building computers and sells them to customers and everything. And he says more than likely he will probably go AMD. AMD graphics cards are supposed to be coming out in sometime in January or February. I know it's sometime next year, and then the GTX 7 series will come out no later than March. And essentially what that is a refreshed Kepler, essentially. that fixes the leak, voltage leaks and all that stuff that may have on the 6 series cards. So there's probably going to be a little performance, but I wouldn't expect much. AMD cards, we'll see how they go. But this is like why I bring this up. And I know a lot of people on my video I made is Nvidia is better. Well, if you say Nvidia is better, don't just say Nvidia is better. Provide a reason why. Why is Nvidia better? It's not better. I could tell you Nvidia is not better when it comes to this crap that they're trying to pull. If you're going to spend what was as like 600 some odd dollars for the GTX 680 classified, and they yanked the EV bot, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to water cool, and you're going to use that EV bot to overvolt the card to 1.2 volts or whatever, and that's what you wanted to do. You open it up, you look, you buy the EV bot, I guess deal, and you look at it, and you're looking at your card. There's no EV bot. Wouldn't you be a little pissed off? I know I would, because that is what EVGA classified 680 or 680 classified, however you want to say it, that's what it's geared for. Overclocking, overvolting, pushing the card to the limits. That's what people do. Now, I personally, that's what I like to do, but I was going to get the 680 classified, and I saw that, and I'm like, well, what's the point of that? The 680 classified is just like any other 680 4 gig card, so you might as well get a standard GTX 4 gig card. It's pretty much how it's going down. To even like modify your card, you're gonna actually have to hard mod, meaning you're gonna have to take some solder and connect it between 2 points. Get a wire inside or on the chips to connect it to 2 points to bypass stuff. So they're really limiting the overclocking capability slash voltage, raising it up. So this is why they're doing it, and that's why I made a video about it. But this is real, guys. Like, you will not be able to overvolt your cards, even though manufacturer would say, oh, raise it to 1.2 volts. No, you can't. Driver limitation within the or voltage limitation within the drivers, and they're going to lock it. So you will be stuck at 1.11 or 1.175 volts or whatever the stock is. So this is what I am talking about, and that's why I made that AMD video, and I keep on doing a circle and stuff. So I'm going to stop now. That I guess that's it, guys. But as always, comment, subscribe, rate this video, click that like button. Guys, have a great day. Bye.